2-2 to Baumgart. And he shoots it out to center field. Cruz is back, looking up, it's gone! Simon Baumgart, a 2-run blast. His 7th homer of the season. And Tulane grabs the lead right back in the 3rd. It's 3-2. Treadaway for the season, 346 with runners in scoring position. He's got 2 there now on 3-1. And drills one out to left. You can forget about it. Oklahoma's got the lead right back in the 3rd. Out to center. This is hit well. Hart on the run. Reaches up, and he made the catch. Wow. 2-1. Into right field, dipping fast. LaPrairie lays out and makes the catch. That saved at least a couple of runs. Tying and go-ahead runners aboard. Payoff pitch. Missed everything. Muniz coming home. He scores. Ball gets by. Into score Pettis. And Oklahoma's got the lead. A wild pitch scores 2. Sooners back in front in the 4th. Zach DeVito peering in again. A strike away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out in the 9th. Got him! Tulane wins. The first series win for Tulane over East Carolina since 2016. And they pull even for first place in the American. Tulane down to its final out. Trying to stay alive here in the 11th. Down a run. 3-1. Hit out to left center field. Skinner is back. Track. Ball game. We welcome you to Uptown New Orleans, where tonight the top-ranked LSU Tigers are in town to take on the Tulane Green Wave in a midweek matchup. And we say hello inside Greer Field at Turchin Stadium with the 1969 World Series champion with the Miracle Mets, Ron Swoboda. Jack Benjamin with you. LSU has been the consensus #1 team since the preseason. There's a reason why. They're 26-5. They are so deep and talented. Tulane's got its hands full in front of what's going to be an electric crowd.
This team comes at you in every way.
It's an offense that is so deep it can beat you in so many ways. Everybody knows the name Dylan Cruz, projected #1 pick in the draft, but this offense is a lot more than him with guys like Gavin Dugas, Trey Morgan, and Tommy White. We go to the top of the 5th, and sophomore right-hander Jonah Walker will take the bump for Tulane. 8th appearance for him, 1-2 at 6.62 earned run average. He did struggle over the weekend at South Florida. Appeared on Sunday, went an inning and a third, and allowed a couple of runs.
Well, his fastball will, upper 80s, maybe crack 90. He'll cut that fastball, mix in a slider and a changeup.
Top of the order for LSU. And Gavin Dugas rolls one foul. Big moment in this game. Top-ranked LSU, the consensus #1 since the preseason, at 26-5, getting all they can handle from Tulane right now. Dugas pops it up. Shallow center, long run for Banks, and he's got it for the opening out. And you look at Ron, at something Tulane's done well tonight. 4 of 5 times they've retired the leadoff man in the inning. That's been big.
It's important. Against a lineup that you open the door, a lot of people can come through it.
Here's Trey Morgan. Takes up and away for ball 1.
But this also shows you, you got a Tulane, we've said it all year long, and when they were in as deep a trench as you could imagine.
Hard hit ball left side off the glove of Schultz. And Morgan's got himself his first hit tonight. He's been aboard all 3 times.
I don't know if that line drive could have been caught, but it did go off the glove of Schultz. I don't know if it was still in the air, but that ball was tagged. But watch Schultz at shortstop here. I think it took a hop before it got to him. But Morgan was running it out like it was an infield play. He did not round it off at first base.
So LSU has the go-ahead runner aboard. One down, top five for Dylan Crews. A rare 0-for-2 start to his night. Nation's leader in batting average and on-base percentage. He came in with a clip of on-base plus slugging run, 1.528. Once you have a decimal point after that 1, that means you're doing pretty well.
It's silly numbers. Come on, nobody hits 500 in Division I baseball this late in the season. I mean, yeah, it's doable, but that's just an amazing contact.
He's all the way down to a ho-hum 500 after going 0-for-2 so far today. 0-1 to him. Is fouled straight back.
Hang in there, Dylan. You'll catch a break.
So he hits .362 as a true freshman at LSU. By the way, here's a guy who, had he wanted to play right out of high school, he would have had a great chance to do so, but comes to LSU to get better and compete for a national title. And he has done just that. He tips that one through the glove of Lambert. It stays 0-2. So .362 average as a freshman, 18 home runs, 42 driven in. .349 average as a sophomore, 22 home runs, 72 batted in. And now hitting .500 this year with 9 homers and 35 batted in.
Well, that was that thing I talked about. Guys, you look at so many guys who've played here a number of years who've improved themselves. Now, I don't know how long you can sustain 500 because that's a big animal. It eats a lot, and you got to feed it a lot of base hits.
Paying a lot of attention on Morgan at first, who's without a steal so far this year. There are his numbers. You can see what he leads Division I in. Video game-esque numbers for Crews. Sends one foul. He and Morgan actually played over the summer on the USA Collegiate National Team. They won a bronze medal in the Netherlands.
That's a nice experience.
Yeah, we talked about the World Baseball Classic a couple weeks ago.
I never had a chance to do that. I played winter ball in Puerto Rico 1 year.
1-2 now.
And got so homesick. And yet I still had the best year of my career the year after I played winter ball, but I never played winter ball again.
Interesting. 1-2. Fouled off again.
And I ended winter ball not doing very well. You know, it's crazy. And then had a pretty good run the next season. I hit 281 or something. Best year I ever had in the big leagues in 1967.
And of course, won a World Series a couple years after that.
With
1-2. Oh, that didn't miss by much. Just off the outer edge, and it runs to 2-2. Walker wanted that one.
Yeah, and you know what? He got a pretty good frame job from this catcher. Lambert just didn't get the call.
Now, Crews out of high school had a pandemic-shortened season in 2020. He was out of Lake Mary High School. He's from Longwood, Florida. Trying to lead this LSU team back to Omaha. 2-2 is outside, and now it's 3-2. And we talked about the fact that this program, having not been there since 2017, that is like an eternity with how good they've been over the years. 18 trips, the 6 titles. Of course, 5 with Skip Bertman, Paul Maneri. Last one came in 09. Payoff pitch, runner goes into left field, a base hit. Morgan slowed down briefly, but he'll easily get into third base. And Dylan Crews will now go to second. It was bobbled briefly. Throw there not in time from Schultz. So a miscue by the Tulane defense, and it turns into second and third with just one out for top-ranked LSU.
Yeah, that was crazy. He got a ball out over the plate and hit a bullet into left field. And Jackson Lynn, the left fielder, for some reason, he throws the ball to the shortstop who's lining up towards third. Schultz bobbles it, and a very heads-up play by Crews, who was not going until the ball was bobbled by Schultz. So I would call that an error on the shortstop.
Jay Ullman is going to go out to the mound. and bring his whole infield in. You know, the things about Cruz that you read and what people say about him, it's not so much the numbers, and they're incredible, but how humble the guy is, and then the fact that he's a true five-tool player. And not every player is heads up on the base paths the way he is.
He's an excellent center fielder and can run a little bit and hit with a little power. And of course, we've enumerated the numbers.
And we've talked about for Tulane how important it was to be rock solid defensively. We talk about on the mound, no free passes, walks, hit batters, but you can't afford to give this team free bases with errors.
No, and you know what? You can't afford to throw them pitches that don't do much coming into the zone, especially to a guy like Cruz. All hitters are mistake hitters, and sometimes when you just let go what's not your best fastball or not your best breaking ball with no life to it, and he rips it. So you got to give him your best. And
here is Tommy White. Fouls back that first pitch fastball. A guy who can very quickly change a game with one swing. He's 1 for 2 tonight, a 2-run double his last time up in the third to drive in RBI number 52 and 53 on the year. Number 2 in the nation in that category. The 0-1. Runs inside, nearly hit him.
You notice these LSU guys, they don't take much of a stride. Sometimes it's just putting your foot down, but it's not much of a stride. You won't see much of a stride from Tommy White, but he can get those hands through the zone.
And he sends this one out to left center field and deep. Banks is over. Lynn will take it and make the grab. Easily scoring is Morgan. To third goes Cruz. It's a sac fly off the bat of Tommy White. RBI number 3 on the night, 54 on the season. And LSU's got the lead back. It's 4-3.
Very productive. Not only do you drive one in, but Cruz is able to go from second to third.
And now Beloso sends one into right center field, and that's down. Cruz jogs in and scores, and Cade Beloso's got his second hit and an RBI to make it 5-3.
There's another guy, not much of a stride, and a real strong move through that one, and all of a sudden you're starting to see what LSU is about.
Jared Jones now. And when they come at you in waves. It is a matter of when and not if for this offense. And so can you limit damage like errors and free passes given out? Right side of the infield wide open for Jones, 3 on the left side.
And you notice LSU, they're not fouling off 6 balls and maybe, hitting a pop-up somewhere or taking a called third. When they find a good pitch to hit, they're squaring it up and hitting it hard.
There's a strike, 2-1 on Jones, who has a multi-hit game courtesy of 2 doubles, 1 to left center, 1 to right center in the 4th his last time up.
It's not that you can't get them out, because they're human.
That's down the left field line and a fair ball, and that's trouble. Beloso will dig into third. Here comes a relay from Schultz to the plate. He's got him out by a mile. Well done by Tulane. LSU gambles and gets burned, but they do get 2 in the 5th inning. Well done to finish it off defensively by the Green Wave, but LSU takes the lead back 5-3 midway through 5 here in Uptown New Orleans.